What is up, everybody? What is going on? Long time no hear. Yo, check it out. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know who y'all rocking with. It's your favorite YouTuber. This is JR Wisdom on the ones and twos tonight. I'd like to welcome you all back. Y'all see the topic. Y'all know what we're going to be talking about this evening, man. As promised, I'm running a little late. I know I said 8 p.m., but it's 8:30. So shout out to everybody that's tuning in this evening. Wanted to rap with y'all about this topic in particular because I know there's been a different opinions in reference to this. And some guys will be like, okay, is it on the Pookie time? Or some guys are like, hey, uh, a guy should provide for everything. But before we get into it, man, y'all know as usual, hit that like and subscribe button one time for the algorithm. It helps to push the video out. You know what I'm saying? If you're rocking with me, go ahead and comment below age, sex, gender, whatever have you, and where you from. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. And like I said, hit that like and subscribe button. If you guys didn't know, feel free to call in to discuss further if you got an opinion on the topic, either way it goes. But we're gonna get right into it. It's linked in, it's pinned in the chat. The first comment pinned in the chat in blue. If you want to call in, express your opinion on this. But anyway, so some people will say, like, as far as a husband goes, because I was gonna put provider. He doesn't have to be a financial provider, which I think is very strange, right? A husband can be a husband. That doesn't mean he has to provide. And this has been, I think, a source of contentment a lot of times, and I've talked about this a lot of times on my videos, and I get a lot of feedback basically saying that um, overwhelmingly the woman should be your woman should be paying most, if not all, the bills. This is 2022, JR. How dare you make me pay all the bills? You know what I'm saying? I didn't create all the bills. She's helping to create the bills. When she has a baby, she needs to work all the way up to the time of delivery, right? She shouldn't take any she shouldn't take any days off. She has to earn it. You know what I'm saying? How dare you? How dare you? I'm the dictator of this house, right? And I'm not gonna get too much into that, but I'm the dictator of this house. But you need to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a lot. Shout out to Minnesota, shout out to H-Town, shout out to New York City, in the building. But you live under my roof, kind of like you telling your 22-year-old son, you live under my roof, you need to pay bills. Then at night you're gonna want to jump on that ass and get some and call it a fair trade. You know what I'm saying? My thoughts, you're just a glorified roommate. But when we get into the stay-at-home dads, right? Because that's becoming more popular. You guys are taking on your wife's name, last name, and things like that, and you're still the husband, taking the kids to school, all these other things, and the wife is being the provider more often than not. So many people will be along the thought process of that's a good husband. And you may have an argument there, not knocking it, because some of you guys that are watching may be stay-at-home dads taking care of the kids. You're providing your time. You may be cooking and cleaning around the house. I'm not saying the homemaker job is an easy job at the end of the day. That's why I'm just expressing my thoughts and interested in hearing yours. But a father that's taking care of the kids, he's making all the repairs on the cars, he's cooking and cleaning, he's getting all the kids ready, drop them off to school. The wife doesn't have to make any repairs. All she has to do is go to work, come home, and bring home the I don't even want to say bacon, the turkey bacon. You know what I'm saying? Is he still considered a good husband? Or does he have to financially provide and bring home the paycheck to actually be a man? Not a man, excuse me. I know we're in different times. Considered a good husband. I think Love Dorsey, she did a video a while back talking about something along those same lines, right? Where she was like, and I think a couple other women said something like that, where I would love to go to work and a man to basically cook, clean. He could be the repairman around the house. He can get the kids ready, take them to school, all that other stuff. And I mean, it's your family dynamic, but I would like to hear from the ladies specifically. Guys, definitely I like to hear your opinions. I see y'all in the chat, but I would like to hear the ladies' opinion. Even though a woman will say she wouldn't look at a man differently, I feel that that wouldn't necessarily be the case. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he would be even though he is doing all those things, women, you can say it all you want, but men, we don't look at women like that. Well, the majority of us, I don't think we look at women like that. If she's a stay-at-home woman, if she's a stay-at-home wife or homemaker holding the house down, we don't look at her as she's less than. Because if you take any guy and he has to stay home and do those same things, man, he'll go crazy. Not to say it can't be done, but he'll go crazy. Same thing. I had Javon on the show the other night. Well, I interviewed him the other night live, and we were talking about this, about a lot of issues being solved in terms of the baby mamas, the bitter baby mamas, or some of the baby mamas who just want to use a man for his seed. And basically, once they have the kid, they just snatch the kid away and it's like, this is my child, it's not yours. Or the ones who are having trouble getting child support or getting support from the child, just handing the child over to the father and see what he would do, or see how quickly he would change, you know, how quickly he would change in terms of helping out and providing for that child. Which I've heard before Javon said it, but I'm glad he made that point of, men, a lot of men don't want to be sitting at home taking care of a child. Or if he was stuck with that duty and he's never had to, he definitely have an issue with doing that. I mean, most men, as much as, a lot of fathers who will actually go to court, go through the legal system and try to get their rights for that child. But when the rubber meets the road, is he going to hold it down? Is he going to take care of that child? Not to say he can't raise a child as good as a mother would, but a lot of guys who actually will lay up with a woman, get a woman pregnant, but no matter how toxic she is, how much she calls you out your name, that you won't, provide some financial support or try to be in that child's life. I get it. Some women are hard to deal with, but when it comes down to it, and I don't want to stray too far off of the topic, what's the is there a consensus on that? Because I haven't seen, I don't think I've seen anybody in the chat say anything about it. Is he still a good husband if he's not a provider? Or is that basically the watchword of being a husband, that he provides? And do you women really care at the end of the day whether he provides or not, as long as he's there? I don't know. I've always, like I said, these roles are being blurred. More guys are staying at home, and some guys are just comfortable with that. But I think a lot of us who, unless you've been disabled, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know providing isn't just financial. I mean, I mentioned that also about other things in terms of what you're able to do from around the house. But as far as providing, attention, providing for around the household, it doesn't have to be financial. You're just providing all the needs necessarily to make a homemaker, make a family structure, make everything run day to day, you know. But I was just asking that question. Provider financially, which is the title of the video. Sorry if I got mixed up on my words. He can provide in other ways, but after a while I feel like I would resent him. At least you being honest. Is it BB? BB or Bebe? BB? At least you being honest. I appreciate that. It's just like he could stay his ass at home, you know what I'm saying, and provide in other ways, even if he cooked, clean, you know, fix everything, was the handyman, took care of the kids, all that, you would still resent him. Ain't that a cold world? You know what I'm saying? Sherry Pittman. He's still a good husband if he's taking on a role for the bettering of the household. My question to you is, would you resent him though? Ultimately, you feel me? Copy came a bit late. No worries, man. No worries. I'm just doing my nightly live stream. I appreciate everybody tuned in. Getting some things off on my nightly live stream. What I be wondering what I'm doing sometime, man. Y'all looking at me, I'm looking at y'all. I be saying, man, go ahead and go live, man. It's just y'all looking at me talking. I'm trying to get some people's opinions. It's cold, bruh. But in other news, you know, I see it as a temporary thing, right? If I was down, if I was down and like my leg was, if I couldn't go to work, I mean, we're in the age of where you can hustle from home. You can hustle on the internet. You can make $1 here or there. You can make a few things shake. But I'm still gonna try to bring some type of money home. I'm just not gonna be sitting there. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be sitting there just, twiddling my thumbs. Be like, yo, baby, let me go ahead and kick my feet up. Let me kick my feet up while she's bringing home the bread. Shout out to Independent. What's that? Beers. Independent beers. Cerveceros independientes. Hola, amigo. Greetings from Ecuador. Shout out to you, amigo, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Everyone who shows the support. But yeah, man, I gotta make that. I gotta make a few dollars. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make a few dollars. I gotta make her feel electric. You know, like Jr. Now you going a little bit too far. I gotta make a few dollars, cook and clean around the house, and make her feel electric. That's not the move. As long as he's happy and I'm not killing myself to work and we are still intimate in every way and he's faithful, I wouldn't resent him. When girlfriends start getting in your ear, you letting that man you letting that man sit on his ass at home while you out working at the call center? Let me stop. I'm not saying you working at the call center, but I'm just, you feel me? I wouldn't put you out like that. At the end of the day, marriage means y'all are one and couples should do whatever needs to be done to make the household work. Yeah. I just, like I said, man, I'm more of a I don't want to say, because it's overused saying a man's man, but I'm more of the line like I gotta make it shake, man. I gotta make something happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're sitting at home all day, man. You know, watching whether you doing it, whether you got a little side thing dipping in. You know what I'm saying? She probably be worrying more about what you got going on while you at home. You stayed home, took care of the house and the kids. She was crying, going insane. Yeah, I mean, if you got a bunch of little kids, one kid is enough. I don't know if any of y'all if any of y'all got kids that's watching or had kids or been a single parent, single mother, single father, or whatever. You got a bunch of kids. Even as a father, you got kids for, if you got your kids for the weekend or one kid for the weekend, you probably like, I know y'all be like, a lot of y'all fellas, y'all be thinking, you think to yourself, I don't know how she do this. Man, you can't wait to get that kid back over to her house on Sunday or whatever, however long you got that kid for. That's why, like, you talk to some ladies now, you'll have a conversation with a woman, she'll tell you straight up, yeah, he only gets the kids for a few hours, then he brings them back. You know what I'm saying? Because dudes like that can't take them no more, especially when they're younger. They can't take them no more than a few hours, and they drop them back off. So we know how it's definitely not easy. So I look at it like this, man. Laws is laws, but whatever agreement is between you and her, as far as provide. Somebody else already said that, but I mean, if y'all not together, that's which obviously it's not what this show is about. I'm kind of getting off on a different tangent here, but whatever goes on is between you and her. Well, how many likes we got, man? Yo, it's 40 people watching, man. Hit that like button. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. This is classic. We live. Y'all know I don't go live a lot. It's easy. It doesn't. I'm not asking you for any money. Just hit that like button. As you watching right now and see that little thumbs up. That's all you got to do, man. Hit that thumbs up. It helps promote the video, man. I appreciate you guys in advance. Y'all know y'all don't get to see this beautiful face often, so y'all should be cherishing it while you got the chance right now. Quit bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. It's not an easy job. When you got multiple little ones and they're running around and all this stuff, and when they start getting quiet, you know what's going on. You feel me? Uh, you trying to do some stuff. You're trying to clean up. As soon as you clean up, they pulled out some crayons or they pulled out some other stuff, or they done ran outside. You basically trying to keep a kid from deleting themselves. At the end of the day, that's kind of like what it's like when you got toddlers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some women don't want to work. I mean, excuse me, some women don't want to be stay at home. They want to work, even if they did just have kids. Some women just don't want us. They like, screw that, I go back to work. And I know some of you guys are like, it's just not fair if your woman doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I get, you guys keep saying it's 2022, and I want to talk about this because we see this a lot, and I get it. If both of you are living paycheck to paycheck, you should not be having kids. Just my opinion. If you're both living paycheck to paycheck, two people, because I be sitting back sometimes and I be like, man, yo, if I had somebody to go half on the bills with me, man, just imagine if I had somebody to go half on the bills with me. Some of you do got someone to go half on the bills, and you're still struggling living paycheck to paycheck and still having kids. You know, some of you have kids. Some of you work 20-hour work weeks, and you go on vacation every month too. But hey, man, however you make the magic work, that's how you make the magic work. You know, we coming up on 30 minutes. No callers yet. Cost of living is high, gas is high, housing is out of this world right now. People need to work together. Gas isn't that high, man. That's just something that y'all be seeing, man. Gas isn't that high. You know what I mean? One thing's for sure, it's not that high. And I'll be the first to say that it's not high. It's not high at all. Y'all may need to downgrade to like a little two-cylinder vehicle or something. You know what I'm saying? Like Javon said the other night, I got me a Nissan Cube, whatever you want to call it. I'm just reading these comments here. It's a good take on things. With a name like Kuwana, I'm assuming you were 80s baby, maybe late 70s. You know what I'm saying? So that means your father was probably born in the 50s, late 40s. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely understandable. You know, these men's these days, like I said, feel like a woman should be going half. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, like I said, and any man who wants to marry one of my daughters, Nah, nah. Even though I'm gonna raise my daughters to be self sufficient and things like that, um, to be able to take care of herself. But if a man wants to start a family, and ultimately that's when it actually starts. If you getting married, you want to have some kids. Normally, if you're getting married, you need to be able to take care of your wife and whatever children you may have, and not put her out there. Yeah, she's supposed to help and support and basically come up with ways for whatever you're bringing in to help you double that, or find a strategy somehow to help you double that. That's why she's a helpmate in terms of that. But she can work if she wants to, but you still need to be able to hold it down. I'm not on that. Um, I'm the head of household. I'm in charge. You need to listen to me. I'm not, and I get respect. Everybody needs to be, everybody deserves respect until they show otherwise. But you're not about to say, I'm the king of the castle. Um, I'm the man of the house, but hey, roommate Bay, you need to I need the half on everything. But I'm the king of this castle, and you're gonna submit to me. Just my thoughts, man. Hey, I could be tripping. I could be tripping. I could be off on my estimation, you know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna be living in my household, um, that's gonna be the dynamic of it. If you're going to, be my wife and have children, that's how it's gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna be able to I'm gonna be holding it down. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect my woman to take care of me in terms of financially. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, and I don't care what she says, she's gonna eventually resent you, in my opinion. Which the young lady earlier, she just admitted in the chat that even with all that, she is gonna end up resenting the bro. So I'm gonna be on here for 30, man. So if you guys, like I said, the lines is in. I'm gonna start coming on here every night. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear your thoughts, but you know, it's open. 30. I do my little 30 fellowship with you guys with a little communion, and then we go on about our business. But this is where we're at right now. I need to get my lady following up. You know, get my Derek Jackson on. I think I'm at 20%. 20% of my viewership is ladies these days. So we need to get it up a little higher. You feel me? What else we got here? Help meet the help meet. I feel you. What else is going on? What's going on with everybody, man? We got. Is this somebody else from Ecuador, Ricardo, or are you the one who gave us the $2 super chat? Because it's someone else. A woman can be better than fair, and she can be worse than fair, but a woman is never fair. Damn, she's never fair. Damn, Ecuador. I must be. Not like we got a lot of people in here. Where we at with the likes, man? Yo, needs to be 40. Run it up to 40. Someone else. Yeah, man. But in other news, I done gave my little spill on that. In other news, tomorrow night, make sure y'all tune in. We'll have the lovely Avery Woodley. We got our first show tonight. We're gonna be talking about sex. What about sex? Let's talk about sex and relationships and things like that. Okay, you with your friend. Shout out to you and your friend. Um, we're gonna be talking about sex and relationships and expectations and things like that. So it should be a pretty good show tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys tune in. It's gonna be a call-in show. We're gonna be doing that for the next few weeks. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. So, you know, make sure you guys check us out. Going live as usual. What else we got going on here, man? Okay, we finally hit the 40. So, shit, I got like 5 more minutes, man. 5 more minutes for the JR show, the JR Wisdom show. What else? What else we talking about, man? As we end this, night. What else is going on with you guys? What you guys want to talk about? Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you haven't, man, shout out where you from, where you calling. I mean, not calling in from. Where you from? Age, sex, gender, whatever you identify as. Comment in the chat. Might give some shout outs here. Shout out to Mark, man. I appreciate the $3 super sticker. Appreciate you. Always appreciate the support. Please don't Derek anything, man. I might have to switch over, man. YouTube is great. YouTube is great. Right about now. Hey, opinionated. I need to make sure you're not a troll. You can. I'm not bringing. Go ahead and show your face. Don't worry, I'm not gonna bring you on with your face. I just want to see who you are. Opinionated, real. What is this? Okay, just making sure you ain't about to get naked up on my show or nothing like that, man. This already a struggle stream, so I don't need no problems. Jerica J NYC, shout out to you, baby, live from the city. I need to get up to the city, man. I've been saying that I need to get up to the city for real. You know. So, opinionated reality, man. What's on your mind? Talk to me.
Hey, what's good, JR? Thanks for bringing me up on your show, man.
Hey, no worries, man. How you doing? Where you calling in from?
I'm in Hilton Head right now. I'm on vacation
Shout out to South Carolina, Hilton Head. Vacation from where?
from Atlanta.
Okay, what part of Atlanta?
Shoot,
Come on, man. You from Atlanta or not? Don't take that long.
no, I'm from Atlanta. I'm right off of 400. You know what 400 is?
Not really. But where's that at?
No, I
What
like
part?
right outside Atlanta. Probably like Buckhead.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, probably like 20 minutes from there.
Yeah, Buckhead is Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Okay,
over there
20
that
minutes
way.
north. You from 20 minutes north?
Yeah, north. Yep.
Okay, say less. Yeah, what's on your mind though, man? Talk to me.
No, so I seen your question. Can a man be a good husband and not be the main provider?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that a guy, it's all about what a guy wants. And if a man wants to be a good husband and he's okay with a woman, I would say, making more than him, I think it could be a good dynamic. Because my question for a lot of guys is, what if the woman that you are attracted to is talented?
Okay.
Do
On some
what if
Bobby
she
Brown
gets
on some Bobby Brown shit?
exactly? You know what I'm saying? What if Bobby Brown wasn't Bobby Brown? It was just Whitney. You know, if your
Mm-hmm.
woman is talented, I mean, should you take that away from her? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talented women out here, and I feel like guys, they just want to be so gung ho on being the leader and having their ego stroke. Look, you got a talented girlfriend, wife, fiance, whatever. You take that back seat. You
Okay.
do your best in a relationship, and you keep it pushing. I think it'd be a good dynamic because I
So
always think,
I'm saying if you were a talented woman, you would do your best to support her, but you need to always have like if we talking about some Kevin Federline, and Bobby Brown, you need to always have her, I mean, it's a full-time job kind of supporting a woman like that also. You know what I'm saying? But you also need to put yourself in a position where you're also making money also, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. You can't just be sitting back. You have to support her, obviously, but definitely, just like a woman should be helping you multiply your funds, if that's the case and she's the breadwinner, you need to be helping her, make the moves. Kind of like how Safari did for Nicki Minaj.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't no Nicki Minaj really. Safari was doing his things behind the scenes, making sure that she was able to do those things at the end of the day. You can't just be sitting back, but if you want to. But how about in your case? If you were to ever get married, what would you be doing? What type of time would you be on?
Well, I'm married right now,
Okay, so
and
what's the
I
situation?
well, I'm the breadwinner. My wife, she stay at home with our kids. I bring in all the money and
Okay,
all this stuff, and she got her own little hobbies that she does when I'm not around, or so it kind of works that way. But I feel like for me, I don't have a domineering type of attitude towards our marriage where
right,
she has to stay home and cook.
right,
She has to take care of the kids because I know because we have twins, so it's twice as stressful
absolutely,
as if we just had one.
absolutely,
And I remember how it was in the beginning when she didn't really have her hobbies and it was just taking care of the kids and I was going all day. But now that they're a little older and now that, we have a little help with my parents and her parents, now she can reach out and have her hands in different things and help, if that makes sense.
right. So, does she want to work?
No,
Okay,
no, not at all.
okay. So I mean that you got a dynamic right there where you're the type of man how I feel like it should be, in my opinion.
Uh
And if a
huh.
man wants to marry my daughter, um, I think that that's how he's gonna have to. I mean, at the end of the day, she does what she wants to do. But basically, when you sit down with me, basically that's gonna be the dynamic. If you want to have kids and whatever, and she doesn't want to work, then you need to expect that, and that needs to be discussed ahead of time. Hey, my daughter, if she wants to have kids, she's not gonna want to work. Are you
Yeah,
able to take care of this? Are you able to handle this? If not, hey, don't even waste your time.
yeah. That's definitely the conversation her dad had with me.
Right.
For sure. When I talked to him about asking her to marry me,
Right. So you
and
already discussed this. Did you discuss this with her ahead of time that this was the intention?
um, not really because before we had our twins, I mean, we were both just working
Hmm.
and we weren't really planning to have kids per se until that pandemic hit.
Right.
And like I tell all my friends, they're like they be asking me, hey, what's it like to have twins, or were you expecting to have twins? I was like, no, I wasn't expecting, but that night I'm not surprised we did. If you catch
Wait.
my drift.
You got in vitro? What the fuck? What you talking about? It's something men don't know as far as getting twins. I mean,
I mean,
what
it's
secret?
like a joke, you let out a good load, and then you'll be sure to have twins. I think that's the way to do it.
So it's something about letting off a good load. What does that mean? You abstain for 90 days? What's that? What's a good load? Hey, I'm trying. Hey, you might be putting people up on some shit. Like I'm saying,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? What's a good load? Is that 90 days? What's going on?
No, maybe like a week.
A week?
Yeah, right after the menstrual cycle.
You mean
Right.
13 days afterwards? That's when she ovulates. But at the first day of the menstrual cycle, 13 days later is when she's supposed to ovulate. But yeah, I got you. Since we're getting all into this biological stuff, but that has nothing to do with a good load. I'm just saying what you talk about, like a week. A good week gives you time for the reserves and the reservoirs to be full.
Jr. You know what it is when you be
Okay,
backed up.
just making sure. Okay, that's
You,
what I
you,
just want to make. You say you catch my drift. I wasn't. I just wanted you to expound on what you was trying to say because I know like people with when they're on in vitro that, and I just found this out.
mhm.
For you guys listening, I know we getting off on this. That how they introduce with the in vitro is they're putting multiple eggs, whatever you want to call it, in there, fertilized eggs
Mhm.
in there. So that's why women end up having twins, triplets, quadruplets, octomom, all this stuff like that going on. So yeah, I know it comes from genetics, but the homie said he had a good load. So guys, if you're trying to have twins, like he said, just wait a week, which I know a lot of y'all waiting years. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, a lot of you guys are waiting years trying to get that thing up off you, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh man.
I understand. But yeah, I appreciate the fact that you do take care of your family. I mean, financially, from what you're saying, your
Oh yeah,
wife doesn't
definitely.
want to work. You're not making her work. I mean, and you're able to take care of your family, man. That's what matters. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's it's about duty, like Javon was, like we were saying the other night. It's about duty. Love is love. I mean, love is a great thing, but it's about duty and responsibility to your family, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And I
saying?
definitely wouldn't have it any other way. I
Right,
think it keeps her of clear mind and clear conscience and good spirit, where
right.
she wants to, take care of the kids and help with the household. She wants to do those things. So I think
Absolutely.
that's very important, to give her that room and take the brunt of everything that comes with it. Because we have a business. She kind of does the administrative side, but I don't
Mhm.
have her so deep into it where she's bogged down with it, where she can't, make the food or take our kids to, different activities. So
Right.
I think that should be the way to go for a lot of men who looking to get married.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else you wanted to add, man?
Oh no, man, I appreciate you for having me on your show. I really like your content, so I appreciate it, and I'll definitely be checking out more of your videos.
No worries. Tell your friends about me. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
definitely. Yes,
Hey,
sir.
already. Well, you have a good night, man. Peace and blessings.
Are you too, brother?
All right, later.
All right, later.
I had somebody waiting. I guess they got tired of waiting. Or they got nervous or cold feet or something. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, man. Just you about to come up, man, and say what's on your mind. Don't back out. But you know that brother right there, what he's talking about, man. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, everything else could be blowed out. You know what I'm saying? Sex life could be horrible. I'm not saying your sex life is whack, man, but I'm just saying, everything else could be messed up, could be jacked up. But oh, man, I'm kicking my legs up here. But you taking care of your duties, financially. You putting your wife in a position where she doesn't have to work. You know what I'm saying? And okay, I see you came back. I'm about to bring you on, Zay. Relax. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you putting your wife in a position where she don't have to work. She got twins. You know what I'm saying? Zay, before I see you, let me see your face. I need to see something. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Come on now. I'm not bringing you on. I'm not gonna bring. Nobody can see you. Show your face. I think somebody's gunshot. What's going on, Zay?
Yo, I'm driving right now.
Okay, yeah, you called in though, and you driving right now. What's happening though?
Man, I'm on the way home from work, and I just wanted to pop in because I was like, man, I wanted to pop in on one of your other shows to show some love because I've been around for a minute, but I was like, let me chill. But now I'm like, man, I gotta hop in on this because I had another question, or not another question, but like a reverse of it. Like, what about if can the woman act right if the man is not in that provider role and he's still a good husband? That's the question I got. Let's say he is a good man and he doesn't provide. Is she gonna act right, or is she gonna try to hold that over his head? That's the biggest problem for me in that situation.
Yeah, I was discussing that earlier. So you saying if he can't provide, but he's a good husband, is she gonna act right? What do you mean by act right? She gonna treat him like shit, or she gonna cheat on him?
Yeah, like is she gonna be giving shit tests and talking about, oh, that's why I this, and that's why I that, and you don't this and that?
Yeah,
Like that sounds like a recipe for disaster, low key.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You try to emasculate him because he not. Yeah, yeah. I do this, I do that.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Yeah, and I
But he
think
fix whatever in the crib and everything. You know, he'll fix the whatever and go take the trash out, whatever.
right, and it still ain't good enough. I mean, you had a lady in the comments say that she would resent him after a while, even if he was doing all that. There was a lady in the comments said that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have you been in a position like that?
Nah,
No.
nah.
Nah. Would you ever, if a woman offered to take care of you, would you lay back and do that?
You know what's crazy? I've always said my whole life the only woman that I would ever let take care of me and let treat me like that is my mom's, because she's the only one that could ever get away with how a woman will treat you when she has the upper hand like that. Because
Right.
man, your mom, your own mom will talk to you crazy when you're still a kid living in her house.
Right.
Like, so a grown woman that's technically a random person that you are with now, she gonna talk to you any kind of way.
Right.
You know, at least in theory. I mean, after everything I've seen on all these shows and all the women that be calling in, like it's almost a guarantee she's not gonna respect you, no matter what you do for the household. If she's bringing that bread in, she's calling the shots.
So you never been in a position where a woman had the upper hand per se,
Nah,
or, or was taking
nah,
care of you.
nah. I wouldn't even do that.
You wouldn't put yourself in that position.
I wouldn't put myself in that position, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, the only person that I would live with, like hard body, that's a woman, would have to be my mom's, because I don't want to live up under no other chick taking care of me, bro. Hell
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah. There's a
Like,
video that I might put it up tomorrow. I might do it tonight about like fat, and I said it before. Overweight women are low hanging fruit. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And that's
hell
why
yeah,
they tend to want to take care of guys, because that's pretty much, they don't have to really change anything about themselves, and they can have a shitty attitude as long as
yeah,
they're paying the bills, and they can kick a guy out at will. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So, and a lot of guys find themselves in that position where they think, oh, it's cool. Maybe I just came home from prison. I'm between jobs, and they might get too comfortable till she go to put the boot in your ass and want to kick you up out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
and then she'll do it to the next, but that's kind of like she's out fishing, got that carrot or whatever,
Yeah,
got that on the end of that on the end of there is like, I'm just gonna reel you in by saying I can offer you food and shelter. And that's hard
exactly,
for some people to turn down, especially when you ain't got nothing, man. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You know. But anything else you want to add, man?
Nah, I just wanted to throw that in there because a good dude could do everything he's supposed to be doing,
Right.
man. But chick just gonna wake up and be like, nah, this nigga ain't it, and
Yeah.
that's it's
I mean,
over.
you right, because you could be paying the bills and taking care of everything, and that still
Yeah,
happen. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Period.
exactly. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Not just
man, a lose.
not just fixing up around the house. Yeah, just paying the bills and fixing up around the house, and still have to deal with that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So
excuse me, where you calling in from?
I'm in AZ.
Yeah, I figured you was out somewhere west, man. The sun is still out. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
hot
for
out
sure.
here too,
I bet
boy.
I bet it is, man. I used to live out in Barstow, so I know up in the high
Mm-hmm.
desert. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Well, I
Yeah.
appreciate you calling in, man. And
Word.
your opinion, man. Hey, make sure you check out the other shows, man. Feel free to call in anytime, man.
All right, bet.
All
Peace.
right. Peace and blessings, brother. All right,
Yes,
later.
sir.
Yeah, my man. So just like he said, they gonna resent you, baby, 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 baby. I know y'all ladies like when I be looking in the camera, fellas. I'm not talking to you right now, right? So, turn your head if you have to at this. Turn your head if you have to at this point, baby. I can pay your bills. I can change the batteries in that smoke detector. You know what I'm saying? I can wash the dishes, clean the baseboards, cut your grass, change the oil, spark plugs, put air in the tires, do all these incredible, wonderful things. make you feel electric with a 2-minute drill, and you're still going to resent me. Why is that? Why is it that I can give you the time of your life, but you don't want to give me the time of mine? Right? Why is that? So a lot of you ladies, you'll be like, well, a guy, he resent. No, it's not the same. It's not the same. Like a woman cannot work and a guy's going to resent her. No, unless he's a bitch. Pardon my Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see it happening that way, right? I hope I don't look like a extra cast member in Belly. I'm looking all greasy and shit. But my voice probably all behind the mic too. I probably sounded all far away. But ladies, it's just not the same. Argue if you must. It's just not the same. You know. Mark, you're far too kind, man. It's your second time, man. I appreciate this guy. I appreciate Mark Alampi. What is that Italian? You Italian, bro? You wanted to you from the Roman lineage? Shout out to this guy paying politicians. Ricardo, I wouldn't expect you to speak French with that name, but I understand. He said I speak Spanish. Fuck. I appreciate you, Ricardo, man. Yeah, I would hope you would down in Ecuador. I would hope you would. I would hope you would speak Spanish. Call in, man. Let's hear you, Mark. Call in, Mr. Alampi. Call in, man. If the link is in the link, it's in the chat. It's in blue. Just click on that and call. Let me hear what you got to say, man. Looking like what's my man name from a Bronx Tale? Y'all know Buddy from a Bronx Tale. Yeah, Italian bro from Bronx Tale. I can't remember the dude's name. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Who was in love with what was DMX's girlfriend in Belly? Keisha? Yeah. Buddy that was in love with Keisha on Bronx Tale. Bronx Tale. I mean, we say pardon my French too, but I just meant to say pardon my Spanish because everybody says pardon my French. So yeah. Hey man, where you at, man? We about to I'm sitting up here like, okay, you about to call in. Pardon my French. Where we at while he's doing that? Where we at with the likes, man? Get the likes up, man. We should have 100 likes on this video right now. Hit that like button. Let's run it up to 100. It's easy. Doesn't cost you a thing. Go ahead and run that up, guys. I know I was talking in front of the mic, so my audio was probably a little bit distorted because it's like right here. So you can probably hear the difference when I got my face right here as opposed to right here, which you can probably hear me talking directly into the mic. Man, it's hot as hell, man. I got on this sweater. But yeah. Listen, man, I'm gonna go ahead and run my commercials, man. I don't want to have y'all waiting. So listen. Now watch Buddy finally come through as soon as I finish up my commercials. Listen, man. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, man. Appreciate the support. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a great show coming with the lovely Avery Woodley. If you guys haven't checked out any of our live streams, make sure you check us out tomorrow. It's going to be an awesome interactive show, with my co-hosts. So we got some hot fire, coming at you guys. So y'all don't want to miss that. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and this is your first time checking out one of my videos, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos that have content like this. Okay? let's stop my commercial for this Italian gentleman here, Mr. Mark. How you doing there, sir?
Pretty good, sir. Uh, Trying to see if I could hear you good over here.
Yeah, it sounds like you can hear me good. Yeah, what's happening? What's on your mind? Where are you calling in from?
All right, I have Chi-Town, Chicago.
Not the Chi Town.
Uh,
Yeah. Yes,
Chicago.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
um,
sir.
I think I have some many very interesting things to say to the brothers, the community, regarding the issues that we've been dealing with. Um, the family structure, society at large, period, America, what's going on. But at any rate,
Hmm.
and a lot of people know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of things you can't just say straight out, with all the censorship and all that. But anyway, I'm a former Chippendales dancer, when I was young. Uh,
Yeah. Go ahead,
uh,
player.
I have
Yeah.
a lot of experience with females. I used to have a sister who was a player's centerfold, when I was in my Hollywood days.
Right.
And, I was married to a sister for 10 years. I got 2 kids. They're grown, doing well, both of them. I'm proud of them. So they're mixed, if you will, but, they identify as black. Anyway, uh, and believe it or not, I identify as black. I'm Italian, but Italian people do have Moorish blood. They
Right.
do have African blood in them, believe it or not. And
Absolutely.
a lot of Italian
Absolutely.
people get along very well. Lisa, come here, sweetie. Come here, baby. Here's a lady friend of mine. Wonderful sister. She's a real lady. We've been working real hard, cleaning house and so forth.
Right.
Real sweetie pie. Anyway, uh,
Head
but my
badly.
point is this: I have experience, in relationships where the woman is the head. They got the money. They want to take care of a guy. Some women want that. In the African American culture, unlike say Nigeria or in Africa, it's a little different. There are some nations in Africa where the woman is the head. There's I think it's 3, and they actually have some peoples in India, same thing. But in general, the patriarchy versus the matriarchy. America is of matriarchy. They
Right.
say it's the patriarchy, but it really isn't. And you have elite people in big high places that it's class warfare, and they want to keep the common man down. And this is globalist agendas. And I've known some big people in very high places. Inside scoop, like King said, I've been to the mountaintop where you could see when you're looking over the mountains, like Griffith Park Observatory, you could see a lot of shiznit, if you will. But my point is, there's a lot of suffering going on, and yeah, people do have their own self-induced suffering. Yeah, you got a lot of, the brothers in the hood, and some of the elite people, believe it or not, are even black. It ain't a thing about race at all. What's going on? They want to do divide and conquer, and they want people to believe that it's black and white or one against men. It is not. Feminism was never woman's idea. That was David Rockefeller's idea. All the women that were picketing, it looked like a crowd of people. They were all paid $200 back in '72, I guess it was. And my point is, nothing is as it seems. You got to search deep. The elites don't want people to know that, for instance, Irish and Italian were slaves in America, and that 1/3 of the slave owners were actually black, or that the majority of the slave owners were Jewish. And then it started with Islam. And it was just the way things were done back then. You always had slaves and non-slaves. But anyway, that's aside from what we're talking about, but it does
Right.
affect what's happening in the family structure. Women in Rome, in ancient Rome, they put the way slavery was done in America. They gave women power over men. and the Romans had slaves, and so they did that in America, where they might kill a slave, and they might sodomize another male slave and scare the women, and then tell them you're the boss and you got to watch the men and all this. That this has happened before. It's not a new idea. A lot of things that happen in America. America, believe it or not, the European white male was the one that abolished slavery as we know it. It was always an institution, just like prostitution was. Slavery was always a part of culture and history. And a lot of what they tell people, like if you listen to Thomas Sowell, got brothers like that, that tell the real truth. If you speak truth, you'll be canceled with our communist culture. The whole world's going communist. A one world government like the Bible talked about. So all we can do is be our best to be a man. And you can't go along with everything that's going around, because it ain't going to be successful for your family. And family's the building block of society. I mean, this is an old man's wisdom. I'm a 60-year-old man, been there, done that. I know the ups and the downs. I don't have all the answers, but I know a lot. And what you're doing, my brother, is very good. You're reaching out, trying to help people, period. It's like there's more happiness in giving than receiving. And in the old days, the older guys would sit us young bucks down and school us on women, because women ain't going to tell you the real scoop on stuff, poop on the scoop. So the older guys, like when I was young, you'd have the older black guys and the older white guys, whatever. The young guys, especially if they didn't have a dad, and they would explain facts, because life is very different for a man than a woman. It's never going to be fair, on a man. A man's got to be able to do miracles. That's what's expected, no matter what. So the family structure is the most important thing. It's very hard for a man to be head, because the laws on the books, which have undermined masculinity and being a good father and a good husband, it's undermining the man. We're first attacked to destabilize society, to funnel the money up to the elites. So this is the real point of what's really in, okay? And there's a lot of suffering going on. Are you there?
I'm
there's a lot of suffering and human degradation and destabilization going on, and people are grabbing at straws at anything. Everything's screwed up, and it's not the little man doing it. So it's very hard what we're up under, and one of the most important things is to lead the family with God. A lot of people don't believe in God anymore. Church enrollment's down. Yes, there's hypocritical clergy and so forth, but a man should read the Bible with his family and lead his family. If you're not into the Bible, some people are Islamic. I have Islamic friends. I've had Jewish friends. For instance, in Israel, it is not represented by real Judaism. The Khazars, but we won't get into all that. Things go deep, and you can't believe everything you hear in the media. A lot of people don't know that only 17% of people voted for Biden. Biden is a puppet. Some say he's a clone, which I wouldn't doubt. They've had cloning since the 50s.
Hey, Mark.
Things sound hard to believe.
Mark,
yeah,
Mark.
But it goes deep.
Yeah. It's going deep.
I know. I don't mean to take too much time.
No. I need you. But
people need to hear the real poop on the scoop.
Yeah, I need you to land the plane on the topic, though. What's your thoughts on? I know you giving a overview of.
Yeah, I know. I'm giving a lot of back history on a lot of stuff that comes down. The reason men are getting attacked and relationships are so hard, there's bigger agendas. You got think tanks, and you got these big groups that they sit and calculate and scheme and plot how they are going to funnel money, steal money for them, okay, and bring in their own governments. So we are just caught up in the destabilization. When they attack the man, they attack the family. When you take the strength, what's wrong with Black America is the man's been taken out of the home. It's been the welfare system. They send jobs to China and so forth. But we have to pray to God is what I'm saying. And we have to walk in faith, not by sight. We must be a thinking man and not let our emotions get to us. And lead with love. When you're a child, the first thing you learn is love from your mother. But a woman needs direction from a man. And that's the problem, is the woman is made as our head. And it's really screwing us up. So
Right.
men, we got to maintain our self-control in dealing with women. We're going to deal with a lot of emotional unreasonableness. And it's not easy. We got a real battle here for men to take charge again. And women work against us unwittingly. They believe the hype of feminism. But that's all I'm saying is we got to be in control. It's a lot of it's self-control and discipline. That's what we need fathers for. So we just got to keep that in mind, like what you're doing. The young people, the young guys need to hear. They're doing revisionist history and erasing the real facts on stuff, on everything. So we got to go back to look at the real facts. And when you speak the truth, they want to take you down. I know. How do you navigate that? The musical chairs, I don't know, but we got to get the real truth out for the young men to hear the real truth. That's the problems. We've been lied to, and we're believing the okie doke, the lies. That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate
it's good what you're doing. Keep on, brother. Love you, brother. I don't want to be too long-winded here.
Nah, you good. I appreciate you calling in. I gotta take my next caller though, Mark.
Yes,
I know
sir.
you expressed a lot.
Thank you very much. I love your channel. Keep it up.
I appreciate. Make sure you call in the future though.
Yes, sir. I will.
All
okay.
Right.
Thank you.
You have a good night out
Keep
there in the
on
shop.
keeping on, brother. You're doing good work.
All right. Thank you. Later.
All right. You're welcome.
Later. Shout out to Mark. Appreciate him coming in. Before I bring in my next guest, guys, as usual, it's an implied task, but we want you to land the plane respectfully, when we got other callers sometime calling in. So before I bring on my next guest here, I know y'all thought it was a wrap, which I thought it was a wrap too, but we got some folks calling in. And I'm gonna break the third, fourth wall, whatever you want to call it. All it takes is like for one person to call in, and then I guess it gives the confidence. I thought y'all should know me by now. Well, this is a safe space for you guys, right? You don't have to wait for somebody else to do it first. Just like somebody else, one penguin getting his ass swatted into the into the water than everybody else, lemmings or whatever you want to call it. Yo, just call in. Nobody cares, right? Anyway, let's bring my guy DC on here, see what he talking about.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Going great, man.
Where you calling in from?
Well, I'm calling in from NC, man.
What part?
Right around the Raleigh area.
Raleigh, Durham area. All right, got you.
Yeah.
I see your angle there, but yeah, continue. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
Sure. Yeah, I was just laid back, man. Got back from the gym, kind of tired. But either way, man. Yeah, dude. So all I have to say is that the topic is a good husband. Can a man be a good husband and not be a financial provider?
Right.
Okay. Now, if we're talking about he is not a financial provider because he's lazy and doesn't want to work, then the answer is no.
Okay.
But if we're talking about he's not the financial provider because his wife is a doctor and he's a teacher, well, then absolutely, yes, he can be a good husband. I don't know when we just started attributing the value of a man to just how much money someone makes. Because when you sit people around and ask them, what makes you happy? What makes you fulfilled? What are some things that makes your relationship work? People start naming honesty, trust, integrity, but no one starts naming how much money somebody makes. This is something, honestly, that women bring on themselves and bring on the dating market. And it's done nothing but cause so many divorces, split up household, depressed older lonely women, depressed older lonely men. What's his face? I forgot. I think his name was Mark, mentioned God. What about the fact that God has a plan for everybody? Everybody's not supposed to be a lawyer. Everybody's not supposed to be a high value man. And all I can say is, if any female who's watching this believes in God, if you're holding a man, or even if you're a man too, if you're holding somebody to a standard that God doesn't even hold somebody to, because I don't know it was written anywhere that a man has to make a certain amount of money. When God talks about anything to do with marrying people, he talks about values, characters, and beliefs. So if any of your standards are just concrete and it's against and it's like not what God says, I can tell you right now, if you're 45 single and feeling lonely, it's not has nothing to do with God, because God's gonna send everybody a husband, but the marriage rates are dropping and divorce rates are going up. So that's what I got to say about the topic. I just think it's really silly. Um, First of all, how much money you're making now has nothing to do with your earning potential. It has nothing to do with your overall wealth. It has nothing to do with your ability to handle money. You can get, why are 95% of all athletes after 5 years after they end up retiring, they're in financial distress? Why are 48% of people who are in the top 20% still living paycheck to paycheck? Why are 42% of people who make 100K still living paycheck to paycheck? If money is what does it. If you take a person who has the right principles, if you take their money away, they'll go get rich again. A person who has had the
Right.
mentality, they'll screw it up every time.
Right. Absolutely. So I gather from what you're saying, DC, is that you would never put yourself in a position where a woman's taking care of you.
No, I would not. And when I say I would never put myself in a position where a woman's taking care of me, what I mean by that is, if I was in a situation where I had lost my job, my bank account got hacked or something wild like that happened,
Yeah.
and my woman needed to give me money, I'm not going to sit here and just operate off of pride. If I need money, I need
Right.
money. But I'm
Right.
never going to be in a situation where she's making more than me because I'm not working, or because I'm just not being driven. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
me not letting myself be in that position is a result of who I am, not a result of the pride of I have to be this, that, and the other.
Right. Absolutely understood, man. Perfectly stated, man. So
Yeah.
anything else you wanted to add, man? Because you had some strong talking points there. Anything else you wanted to add?
Man, I want to see, because I literally just flicked this. I was like, man, this is a good topic. I was like, hold a second, I got something to say about this. Let me call it about this, because this is a serious topic, man.
It
Because
is.
it's just so, and I need to bring this up too, man. There are several people in my family where the woman either is making more money than the man, or the woman started making more money than the man. Nobody in my family has gotten divorced. What This is just something I've noticed.
Mm. And why do you
Does
think that is?
Why do I think that is? Because I'm gonna just tell you honestly. And my closest friend is a literal, his IQ, he's literally a genius. He's got 2 PhDs, 2 masters, a bachelor's, and an associates. This guy's a psychologist. He's
Mm-hmm.
done relational therapy and everything. I'm gonna be just totally honest with you. The average man, taller, stronger, faster, um, gonna make more logical decisions. Any conflict happens, he's gonna handle it. The average man, if an average woman gets with an average man, she already dated up big time.
Mm.
Men tend to be more laid back, intent, just like Adam and Eve. And I know that there are a lot of men in the church who are very simpish,
Mm.
and they want to talk about Adam let his wife do. You can't stop a grown person from doing anything unless you
Right.
tell them to. God told Adam something. Adam was just cool. Told Eve something. Now she made deals with the devils. You go to a household, look at all the debt they have. You look at the new car. Look at all the furniture. Look at the fancy wedding. Now, who was the one who came up and brought all that stuff? Now, of course, maybe the man likes the new car, but who do you really think came up with all that? You know what I'm saying? It's stuff
Right.
like that, man. Reason why I think that our divorces aren't happening is because I think men, and I say this with quotations. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah,
I can see
men
it.
have less emotional and whatever needs, quote unquote, than females do. And so oftentimes women have already, no matter how average your dude is, you've already dated up big time. You already dated up. So when the woman's expectations are humble and she recognizes the dynamic, the relationship just works.
Mm.
Because what I've noticed in this modern day time, now guys, don't sit up here because somebody's gonna clip something. Don't sit up here and get me twisted. I'm not talking about sexual abuse. I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about just general population. 90%, or I won't say 90, A lot of the so-called issues that females have with men in relationships, because let's get it straight, the closest reflection to who you are is who you're in a relationship with.
Absolutely.
The people who you, how you gonna have 5 relationships, you left 4. You attracted them, you entertained them, they're a reflection of you, and you left them. They didn't beat you, cheat on you, steal your money, wreck the house up. It's emotional reason. Most of females' problems is either some strawberry shortcake first world problem or it's self-inflicted. That's why a lot of females I see dating knuckleheads, because man to man, me and you know, a woman who's just decently attractive, she can go to the jocks, she can go to the nerds, she can go to the ball players, and she has options. But you chose a knucklehead.
Right.
So really, just the fact that men are just more laid back, men are just more matter of fact, more logical. Men tend to have their standards and expectations straight out. It's the females who waver and want this and need that and feel like leaving when they don't get what they want. So really, whenever the female standards are in line, normally the relationship will work out. And what I said with females' problems in leaving relationships, that's not, it's usually a first world problem, is because if you look at the divorce rates, it's 52%. But amongst men who make 6 figures, the divorce rate is only 25. So it
Right.
drops by over half. So when there's money involved, the men aren't so intolerable.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You hit it on the head with that one, man. Hey, but I appreciate you calling in, bro. You know what I'm
yeah, man.
saying? Good information. You know what I'm saying? How old are you?
Dude, I just turned 24.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? People were saying, young man, this young guy, at least you ahead of the curve for a man so young, and tuning in this
Yeah, man.
content.
Appreciate it, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it up, man. You gonna live a good life, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna live a good
Yeah,
life, will not have to go through the heartaches a lot of us had to go through and a lot
yeah,
of the BS, man. So, salute to you. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Hey, but you have a good night, man, and peace and blessings, and make sure you call in the future for sure.
Yeah, man. You take care, dude.
All right. Good night. Later. All right. So Ricardo, man, I see you up in here, man. I'm assuming your English is on point. You ready to go? You ready to go, or you want me? We gonna speak some Spanish up in here. What's that? Ricardo, ¿cómo está?
Hello,
Háblame, háblame ahora.
hello. Man, I was just listening that guy and 24. Man, gosh, I married at 24,
Yeah.
and I think that it was like well, not a mistake, but to reconsider to marry at that age.
Hmm.
But I got impressed about the knowledge of the last call, and well, I just want to say hi and to maybe like to tell a little bit of my experience. I married very young. Then 10 years later, I got divorced. We adopted 3 childs. I can have kids, and I live with my ex-wife
Mm-hmm.
in the
You
same
live.
house.
You wait up. You live with your ex-wife now?
Yeah. I live with my ex-wife in the same house with our kids and all. We are friends. We get along. When we decided to get divorced, we put over the table that decision that we have to make must be on the good of our children. We got divorced because we got difference between us, but that doesn't mean that our children have to pay the consequences of our decisions. So we end up in living with her because you know uh, I have needs, physical needs. So it's hard,
So what do you
but
what do you
but
do?
but
What do you do when it's time to fulfill your physical needs?
internet.
So you spank the little man?
Yeah, yep.
That's terrible.
Sometimes,
You got a woman in the house, and you're not even hitting. Anyway, man,
it,
continue. Sorry,
yeah, it's kind of hard because
it's not hard.
it's there are some spaces to respect because the
sleep? Do you sleep in the same bed as her?
no. I live in the backyard suite. It's like my neighbor. It's my neighbor.
I
Yeah,
got you. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyways, um, the thing is that when you get to have the right communications, you get to have like a good relationship and a good way of living. But okay, it's difficult sometimes. So that's it. Well,
That's it. That's it.
that's it.
You live
Yeah.
with your ex-wife. Y'all adopted 3 kids. You live in the backyard in the suite. She lives in her house. You got physical needs, but you haven't once tried to walk in the house at night and ask her, "Hey, what's up?"
Yep. That's kind of the resume.
How do you feel about that?
Not good.
I'm not laughing. Hey, I get it, man. It's not. You got to co-parent. Sometimes you got the kids come first. By all means, you know what I'm saying. But it's kind of weird when unless you guys are just really good friends, like you said. I guess we look at it as being. Some people look at it as being weird. Some people get divorced, live in the same house. Some people they sleep in the same bed and they're divorced. I don't know, but if it works for you, by all means, man. But you wish things could be different though.
Yes,
Yes. So why don't you make them different?
it's a really good question. That is a really good question.
It's a very good
Something
question.
to think about tonight.
You gonna think about it tonight?
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah. Yeah, it's
don't
very interesting.
don't
I'm glad
think.
I called. I'm glad I called him, and I'm very glad that I told my experience, and you asked me that. It's very good to think about it.
How long have you been divorced?
4 years.
4 años.
Yeah, like 4 years from 2006, 15.
No, that's
Yeah.
7 years. 7 años. That's not 4 years.
Yeah,
That's
no. My math aren't right now.
yeah, 7 years. So why don't you do this? Tomorrow you think of a plan tonight and you said, hey, we've been divorced long enough. We got kids. We're not getting any younger. Let's make this thing happen. You know? Fix her favorite dinner. Fix her favorite dinner. You know what I'm saying? Hey, love conquers all. That's what I always tell everybody. You never know.
Okay,
Love conquers
okay.
love conquers all, man. You never know what could happen.
I'm glad I called. I'm glad I called.
I'm glad you called, man. So make sure you do that and keep me updated on what happens.
Yep.
God willing. Vaya con Dios.
Goodbye.
You know. Hasta luego. Later, bro. I hope Buddy gets those buns back. You know what I'm saying? One time for your mind. Hey, you never know what could happen, man. But 7 years is a long time, buddy. Maybe she could be. Women can be stubborn. You know, sometimes you got to make the first move. You're the man. Especially if it's within walking distance, man. Sheesh, bro. And especially if you see, I know it's hurting you if you seeing guys walking in and out that house while you peeping through what they call it, the pool house or whatever, the little suite in the backyard. You got your binoculars. You see a man creeping in late at night, and it's like, man, that used to be me, or that could be me. Man, hey, you got to witness that every day, bro. Obviously, you can see the fella, he still got feelings for her. You know what I'm saying? So if you got feelings for someone and you still around them every day, I can see if you don't have feelings for them anymore and you're around them. But hey, that's neither here nor there, man. But I've been talking to y'all long enough, guys. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Check it out, man. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a one-on-one with your guy, hit me up on Linktree to book a session. Ladies, especially. You want to book a session, make sure you hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I don't just do sessions with the fellas, you know what I'm saying? As far as consultation for the ladies as well. You at a crossroads, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what to do, you know what I'm saying? You're just trying to get some advice from a male's perspective. I got you. Hit that link, man. Anyway, purchase all my books and merch. Follow me on Instagram if you guys haven't yet. The link is down below. And with that being said, man, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. Got a special show coming up for you guys. Call-in show, as usual with my co-host. Make sure you guys tune in. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna leave y'all to y'all nights, man. That way y'all, have a great time. And I'll see you guys soon. I'm out of here. Peace.